Greetings from the grave. I'm Haddonfield's homeboy, Jamie Myers.
Killer King, Crystal Lake, Zero Voorhees. And this is Horror from the Grave on Psychopath TV. Now, as I was saying, we had to do something today that I never thought I would do. But here's the thing. I respect everyone's opinion, and I hope they respect ours. And I really don't want it to cause rift in between people. But that, if you go back and do your homework and look back at our older shows, the number one complaint I had about remakes was that rift that it puts in. That, damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? Barrier between old school fans and new school horror fans. Just how it's separate, how it divides them. There's people that like the new school, hate the old school. There's people that love the old school and hate the remakes. Because the remakes, they come in and they just screw everything up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it sucks when people that claim to be part of the Rod Army become horror dictators over the course of an opinion.
Right.
On something that technically, it really had nothing to do with nothing. Over a fucking, how old is that movie? Over a 25-year-old movie?
84?
84 was one. Well, 85 was one, because, yeah. So,
no, 84 was one.
So.
It was 86, I think?
Yeah, 86.
So, yeah.
Over a
23 years.
23-year-old movie would cause so much nonsense. Can't be having that shit.
The thing is, like we hate Platinum Dunes. Nightmare on Elm Street might as well come out to complete the deck, you know? But it's time to get to the root of the remakes. This is what I'm going to call the modern butchery of classic horror. What they're doing is they're taking old school horror movies and old school franchises and they're targeting it to dumb people, and it's working.
Oh, it's definitely working.
It's working. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out a way to just say it, but the originals are the originals. Our generation did our own shit. I can go on, and I've said it before. The thing is, these remakes are rip-offs. Flat out. They're taking something from back then, cleaning it up, fixing it up a little, and then just slapping the name on it and sending it out the door because of money. Hollywood is not concerned with stories anymore. No. They're not concerned with plots anymore. They're not concerned with originality anymore. All they are focusing on, and especially in this economy, is a sure thing. And the remakes are a sure thing. They're a guaranteed winner because the mass movie audience, as they see it, is a bunch of fucking idiots who will just
go with the safe bet.
Go with the safe bet, or go with name recognition, like you were saying earlier.
Go with the safe bet.
And it's ridiculous. You get movies like Trick or Treat, The Hills Run Red. What's that other one I was saying?
Like Laid to Rest.
Laid to Rest. Good example.
Midnight Movie.
Midnight Movie. Wrong Turn.
Hatchet.
Outstanding example right there. All of these movies are getting overshadowed by these remakes. They don't have a fucking chance. It's like sending a Pee-wee football team to play for the Super Bowl title against the Dallas Cowboys. It's a fucking slaughter. And the thing that is frustrating is to think that horror fans are just being targeted as the dumbest of the dumb. Like, you got your Transformers and your Star Trek and your Star Wars and all that's going out, and well, at least those were prequels, so we can take Star Wars and Star Trek out of it.
Yeah.
But Transformers, G.I. Joe, all these movies that come from they're making a fucking Candyland movie. They're making a Stretch Armstrong movie. They're exploiting the idiot. A fool and his money are soon pardoned, and Hollywood is just banked on it.
Oh yeah.
And that's what pisses me off, is that people could succumb to making excuses of why these remakes are okay, and there is not one feasible excuse for it. It is blatantly thieving. It's doing minimal work for max amount of money. They're fucking the stories up left and goddamn right. Period. Leatherface gets his arm cut off by Jessica Biel. Jason gets one of the weakest stories I've ever seen. One of the weakest brutalities. Jason just gets rushed right out the door.
Yeah, they actually had a chance to right the wrong.
Yeah, and they just all they did was just cliche it and throw it out the door. Yeah. Halloween got at least some benefits out of it.
Yeah.
But still, in its core, you know, Halloween was supposed to be up until where Myers escaped, and that was it. But Zombie signed the contract and everything, and they had to do that and everything, and you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. You can't just turn around and, you know, you get this advance and you've already started shooting the movie and everything, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we want adult Myers in it now. Rob Zombie got fucked. Everyone wants to sit there and talk shit about him and how he ruined the Halloween series and everything like that when that wasn't even his intention. Mm-mm. He just wanted to prequel it. Yeah. But no, he got sucked up in the remake game. And it's Platinum Dune's goddamn fault. And I fucking hate them beyond all hate that has ever run through my body. Seriously, I would fucking... I'm not going to go there. But the thing is, it's Platinum Dune's fault. They're buying up all the franchises, they're ruining the stories, and they're making all this money so they can get more capital for movies they really care about, even though they sit there and say, oh, we really care about these movies and do that.
No,
bullshit. If you really did, you would leave them alone.
Yeah,
period.
And then you got certain people, I think everyone pretty much knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Says that the old ones were cheesy and bad acting.
Yeah.
Fuck, the acting in the new ones are worse. There's shit that they make these killers do in the new ones that's worse, like Jason being the weed farmer and all that nonsense. Like
Freddy Krueger unzipping his jacket.
Yeah, retarded. It's like, really?
Yeah.
That's more to be taken serious.
And even if you don't like the old school ones, you can at least sit there and say they did something original.
Yeah, exactly.
You may not like it, but at least they did something original. But then when you get these fucktards that are coming up and making remakes and fucking it up, then you're like, well, goddamn.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So yeah, we had to block a user. Watch me, watch you. We do not appreciate the ramming your opinion down our throat. You said your piece, we said our piece, and then between two videos, we have 30 fucking posts.
Yeah.
Repeating the same shit.
And not like 3 or 4 word posts.
No, it's like one right after the other that's like half a goddamn paragraph. And, you know, we're like, all right, fine, wonderful. You don't like Nightmare on Elm Street 2. You claim to be this big Nightmare on Elm Street fan, but then you're going to sit there in the same fucking paragraph and talk shit about a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Yeah, but did you see that other new post? Okay, I'll give it to you guys. I do like a lot about Nightmare on Elm Street 2, because everyone else is like, yeah, like Alex, like, I love that one, and fucking all kinds of people are like, I love that one, so
then you can't even stand up. Yeah.
Following the trend.
Following the trend. Always telling us what Brad Fuller's doing on his Twitter.
I don't give a fuck
Brad
about
Fuller on his Twitter with the fan on his desk blowing his hair. Today on the set of Nightmare on Elm Street, I had a strawberry milkshake. You know, and I fucking hate Platinum Dunes. Hate them. You know, there's nothing I can do about Nightmare on Elm Street. If I could, I would recreate the San Diego tank incident on the fucking set of Nightmare on Elm Street and take that cannon and shove it up the trifecta's ass and shoot him halfway to the goddamn moon. If I could do that, but I can't. So you might as well get this Nightmare on Elm Street out and get it out of your fucking system. But after that, we, as Horror from the Grave, and if we lose subscribers, we lose subscribers, because Principles is more than a fucking number on the side of my screen. Fuck remakes. I've had it. It's thievery. It's retarded. You got The Stepfather being remade PG-13 with a totally different story. You got My Bloody Valentine that doesn't do Harry Warden. Instead, they run with some other fucking goddamn CW angle. Yes, you got fucking the same dude.
Prom Night was PG-13 and one of the worst of all time.
Right. Prom Night was a fucking classic, dude.
Yeah, dude.
A horror classic with the Scream Queen herself.
Yeah.
And then they date movie the fuck out of it, which is the same thing they're doing with The Stepfather. It's time to fucking draw a line in the sand and pick a goddamn side. Remakes are re-rapes. Period. We're going to be back for more because it sure as fuck ain't over.